Hello everybody from 1313, this is Jackson, and today I just wanted to hit you with another figure review since some of you had asked that we try a little bit of this here and there with some figures that we get kind of early to show you what they might look like and how they perform. So today I'm very excited to bring you Boss from Republic Commando. Kind of bring him in here for a little bit of a closer shot. This was a figure I was actually not supposed to get until next week. And then my dad just ended up texting me because it was at the door and I did not expect it at all. So it was a very pleasant surprise. We have one, the one out of box is my father's, the one in box is mine just because I wasn't going to take it out too much. Kind of show off the box a little bit real quick. So right here's the initial nice window display for that Galaxy packaging with the Boss on the side. Not going to do a whole 360 and in-depth of that, but this is the gist of it. And this is the figure. So for a lot of people, the main complaint really was that it is a repaint of Hunter. And to be completely honest with you, yes, it is. If you look on, I'm going to try to show it on that back abdomen piece. I don't think it'll focus too well. No. So if you end up getting the figure for yourself, when you look at it, there's a lot of the dings from Hunter's armor still, like the scratches and whatnot. But to be completely honest, they're so subtle to begin with, just because the white pops so vibrantly and the rest of the color does as well, that it doesn't really end up being a huge issue at all. It's something that I, honest to goodness, will critique about this mold and of the figure as well. I'm not a huge fan of this soft good shoulder bell right here, just because that if I have it posed like this, I'll move it down, that's now sticking up. And you can usually get it to settle back down if you just push it down and whatnot. But this is a feature that I guess I would like maybe corrected in a future mold, just because I'm worried about posing a figure and then having it stay up one day and then not being able to go back down. But really, other than that, that is my whole real critique of the figure. Overall, Boss is really nice to move around. We were able to position him in some very cool action shots. Kind of messing around with him right now. He has the same exact blaster Hunter does, same one that he does in the game as well. He has some very nice paint right here for just weathering. It's very similar to that Walmart Bad Batch Rex that we got later last year. Now, a big thing I know people were pointing out as well from the initial shots was about how he did have that same sleeve for the knife that Hunter did. But it looks like on the final product, I'll kind of pull it to the side a little bit, they ended up removing that. So now there is this little bit of an empty gap at the plug inside where Hunter's knife accessory compartment did go on the figure. I really like that they did this, and again, it's really not even that noticeable. I know some people might try to complain about it, but it's perfectly fine in my opinion. It's not a huge deal that it's there because, again, the gaming rates is so focused in the first place on being a reuse line. And for reusing Hunter's body and fixing it up to fit Boss, I think they did a very good job. Now, we did get that very recent reveal that we are going to get Fixer, and then in that box art of Fixer, we can see that we will probably be getting the rest of the Republic Commando squadron, which is exciting. It's very interesting to think that Hasbro did end up deciding that they were going to make figures of these after all. Just because I know for myself, I had only played through a little bit of Republic Commando because it was free with Xbox Game with Gold, and I loved it to death. It's that perfect first-person shooter story game for Star Wars I feel like people have been wanting. It is dated, I will admit it, but it's also relatively cheap, so I feel like if that's also kind of your vibe and your genre as well, you should really give it a shot. But overall as well, I was going to hit on the paint, however, not a lot. I only say that as well just because if you are new to the channel, I am colorblind. I cannot see shades of color exactly how other people do. So to me, this orange right here for the entire figure looks correct to me and looks correct to how it does in the video game. I know when there was the initial photos taken of it, that people were saying that it wasn't the correct color and it maybe looked a little bit too red. But this is something we've seen a lot before historically with Black Series figures. They do this professional photography for the figures out of box in all these glam shots to make them look really nice. But in the process of doing that, they end up changing the colors of the figures in a way through filters and whatnot to where it doesn't look accurate where it would be when you get it in person. I think that was the case for Return of the Jedi Boba Fett and some of the others as well. But I can really see that in person, this is a very, very beautiful figure. Very happy to add it to my collection, and I would very much recommend that if you are a clone collector or a video game collector at most, that you should pick this up from GameStop. It is, at the time of this being recorded, it's currently out of stock on the website. However, that's a common trend for GameStop. They are going to restock it. You are just going to have to wait a little bit longer, but it will be back up. But other than that, that is all I really wanted to touch today on this new Boss Black Series. Again, super duper stoked to have it. I was like a kid on Christmas when my dad showed me I got it and I came back home from work and it was sitting here on the table for me to try to play with. I will be messing around with it a whole lot more. Maybe you'll see some action shots on social media if Tommy and I are able to pose ours in very cool, dynamic ways. But other than that, if you enjoyed this figure review, please let me know in the comments. I really enjoy doing this. I know Tommy might potentially start to do one. He will be doing one for the Jump Trooper next for Battlefront, if I'm correct. But this will not be in every new Black Series figure video. I'm going to say that completely honestly. We will not be doing this for every new release. This is a figure we're really, really happy about, and the Jet Trooper I was even more excited about. So Tommy will be able to capture that enthusiasm in his review for sure. But again, if you want to see more of this in the future, please let us know down in the comments. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Please be sure to check out our weekly episodes at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and our Have a Chat episodes every other Thursday at the same time coming out as our weekly releases. But please be sure to leave a like. Join our Discord as well. That's where we're going to be taking a lot more glam shots of this and talking about a lot of these figures that are coming out, or just anything Star Wars in general. So, thank you again so much for watching. Enjoy your day, afternoon, or evening, whatever time zone you may be in, and we will see you in our next video. Goodbye!